I wanted to talk to you guys about a recent upgrade that I did to the Ridgeline. And I was really hesitant about this because I have not seen any reviews online right now from anyone that's actually done this except the manufacturer. So I'm gonna go over what I did to install that guy. So as you can see, the Ridgeline now has a front camera. And there's a company out right now, NAViKS. They do a lot of accessory modules for like trailer cameras or front cameras for a lot of different manufacturers, and they have something out right now for the Ridgeline, and it's relatively decently priced, so I figured I'd roll the dice and give it a shot. So in this video, I'm going to go over what I did to install it, how it functions, and what I use it for. Now obviously on the box you have warnings on here that are for off-road use only, which is good because that's precisely why I wanted this thing on there. So right now, when I'm out on trails with the Ridgeline, I want to be able to see what's in front of me. As everyone knows, this only has a backup camera, so I'm really eager to have some view in the front from when I'm on, in the dirt, on gravel roads, going over rocks, whatever it is, to see what's actually coming my way. When you're out and about and you're by yourself, those kind of views come in really handy. So in this video, it's going to be relatively straightforward. This is definitely not sponsored, but I really hope that more Ridgeline owners get this in their hands. From what I saw on the website, they have a version for the 24, 25 like mine, and also the 21 through 23. So nothing out right now as far as I could tell for the 17 through 20. But let's get working. Okay, so I've already installed this, but I'm going to show you how I did it. So first thing is you have to pop this thing off. The next piece is this entire piece is going to come off, and it just pulls out. So I end up using a flathead that's taped for some leverage. You have two screws on this side. At this point, we're going to pop this entire piece out, starting on the right side. Just like that. At this point, we're going to loosen up the screw here and the screw right there. It's not easy to get in here. I used a ratchet wrench to unscrew these. So once those are out, you can simply slide this thing forward. I'm not going to undo this, however, the module's right here. So this was plugged in right here. So I unplugged it, plugged it into this harness, and plugged the other end of the harness in here. The same with this right here. This was plugged in right there. Simply plug that into the other side of the harness and then into the unit. Just make sure that these are completely clicked in. I didn't push hard the first time and I had to take this all out and do it again. Okay, the easiest thing to do is to run the wiring through the firewall, which I'll show you in a second. But the first thing is we're going to take off 4 screws total, maybe 5. The first 3 are only for the splash guard. Okay, so those 3 are out. We have 1 for the lining here, and 1 for the lining up here. This is going to allow us to take this off, and it's going to allow us to get in here, access our wiring. So as you can see, there's 2 grommets right there. I ended up going through the top one, which allowed me to run the RCA cable up through here, and I connected it to the hood latch wiring. I ran it underneath, which I'll show you. So this just pulls up all the way across. then my wiring for my camera is stationed right here. So this should stay relatively cool as it's getting some airflow from underneath. This is where it's going to be up to you where you want to put this thing. I ended up mounting mine right here because I wanted an angle in front of the car for off-roading. I want to see what's coming in front of me, so this allowed that. I saw some people have mounted it down here. I did shave down the grill just a bit to have this recess, but it does fit very well. So I have the RCA coming in. This camera did not require an additional power or ground. It just has the input signal that's actually on the RCA. This ended up being a really clean run. So we have the RCA that goes underneath here, and the two grommets are sitting behind this kick panel right here. So after that, when it's ran back to the head unit, so here's the actual unit from NAViKS. This is obviously for the 24 and up Ridgeline. My RCA cable has the trigger input that I connected to the camera power from the NAViKS unit. What's really nice is they give you a whole bunch of accessory connections here if the camera that you're installing needs it. So this is actually a trigger wire for the front cam, and then this is a ground if you need to run your own ground. But I have all these recessed back here, out of the way. So that's basically it. Now we will load it up and I'll go through some of the settings. Okay, so the first thing up is the vehicle speed sensor lockout. So this will bypass the speed sensor to allow you to adjust or look for things, or have the passenger look for things while you're driving. So right now you can go to any of your apps on Apple CarPlay and you can search for anything because we're in park. As soon as we go and drive, it locks you out. What we can do though, is if we go over here and we press this 4 times, now we can actually utilize it. So right now if we go in reverse, camera comes on, we go into drive. What we can do is if we press this 4 times, it'll set the module to turn on the front camera for 8 seconds after we've gone into reverse, which is really helpful when you're parking primarily. So we'll press, and now we'll go in reverse. Backup camera comes on, we'll go into drive, front camera comes on. Super handy. It's also nice that the lines work, so when you're out on the trail and you're turning, you can see exactly where the Ridgeline's gonna go. So the last piece on this is on demand. So if we do this, if we press the circulating air 4 times, the front camera will come on demand. And it will stay on, no matter the speed, no matter how fast we're going, for as long as we want it. And the only way to turn it back off is the same there. And again, just like before, we go into reverse, backup camera goes on, we go forward, front camera comes on. So that's the NAViKS module. It's really close to OEM quality. It works flawlessly. I've had no hiccups with this thing. Again, I'm not sponsored at all. I just really wanted this aspect and this feature for the Ridgeline when I'm out on trails, and it so far has worked great. So the next step is actually to get this thing out on trails and try it out in real life. But anyway, yeah, it's a great feature. It's not too hard to install. Go ahead and make it your own. Obviously, do it at your own risk and figure out which camera you like best for your setup and where you want to have it for what you're looking for, and have fun working on it.